All right. Another episode is up and running. Taylor Phillips and Mathew Hutchinson on the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Follow the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Michigan_truth and like it on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Matthew, how
Smash
are we
that
doing
like
tonight?
button when you're listening. Smash the like button, people.
Oh, yeah. Get a lot of people out there, over 700 likes. Got almost 900 followers on Twitter at Michigan_truth. And 35 subscribers on YouTube. Still looking to get more. Um, I'm kind of working on that too. I'm not going to give up that easily.
Absolutely, guys. If you like it, tell a couple friends. Let us know what we can do to bring more people to you, Taylor. That's what we're here for. So,
Hmm.
my man, you had asked me to talk about the Tigers. We got brokenhearted today, didn't we?
Well, this does not surprise me at all. Their offense has this doesn't phase me at all. Their offense has mostly been awful.
Yeah, yeah. It's been an
Unlike
abysmal
unlike
season.
unlike that unlike their production in 5 of the last 6 games heading into today. Wow, they they scorched the Cleveland Guardians in a 4 game set to sweep them, 11-2 and then 8-2 the last 2 games. Oh man, Nelly, and
Yeah,
then 2-1 2 nights ago, and then 7-5 last night, which is not too shabby. But they drew a goose egg today. Only 6 hits.
absolutely. It was back to the Tigers that we saw several weeks ago, but I think again it was coming off this incredibly hot streak all week long. They were going to have a bad game, I think. So today I'm really throwing out. If I look over something the last 3 weeks, though, I'm a really happy Tigers fan right now. We're what 9.5 back right now after today's loss. Still sitting
10,
strong in
10,
fourth place.
10 games back even
10 games.
in
10 games.
the American League Central Division. Let me pull it up on the MLB at Bat mobile app for the wild card standings. 8.5 games back at the third wild card spot. This is like
Okay.
neck and neck. There are plenty of teams before them. The Mariners 2 games back. The Guardians 3 games back. White Sox and Orioles 4 games back.
They're right in that part of it where there's a lot of teams that can go one way or the other over the next couple weeks. The rule of thumb is be within 7 games by July 20th. And I think they can get there. I think I mean, obviously, a week like they had this week would be great. But if they can pull out wins and series over the next week or two, that's going to get them where they want to be. And with the trade deadline, we don't have to be sellers. Which will be nice. I don't know that they're necessarily going to be buyers either, but we can get some more at bats for some guys. And there's players that are coming around that were hurt earlier in the season. There wasn't a more snake bit team earlier in the season than the Tigers. So I think that if you would have told me where we would have been a month ago when it was one of the lowest run productions since 1918 to where we are right now, that's phenomenal. I mean, it's a complete turnaround in the last month.
Yeah, it is. Then you got the Rangers and Angels 5 and 7 games back. And then behind the Tigers, you got the Royals and Orioles 12.5 and 17 games back.
And the Royals are going
Oh,
to be
wait,
selling at the
just a
deadline, so
second.
they're going to fall off.
Can you excuse me a second here?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We're back.
I'm good. Are you good? We're all
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I don't know what happened there. They're on my. Yeah, there. Yeah, there's. I know my router's has limited internet service, but there's nobody else using our internet right now. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. Um, you got the Royals, and like I said, Royals and Athletics, 12 and a half and 17 games back of the third wild card spot behind the Tigers. Tigers have a 429 winning percentage. Um, there are four NL teams with a lower winning percentage behind the Tigers, and two of them. So that's a total of six. The Tigers are seventh worst in the majors, third worst in the American League. Still, but they're only 8.5 games back of that third wild card spot.
And do you want to hear the eternal optimist thing about this right now, of being a Tigers fan?
Let's hear it.
The first 9 weeks of the season, or I'm sorry, the first 10 weeks of the season, there had only been 3 teams in the last 104 years with a lower amount of runs scored than us. So that's something huge. If you look at just the last month, the last 4 to 5 weeks of baseball, we're one of the top 6 teams in the American League. No one can argue that. Look at the record, right? Like, that's what we got to look at. First 10 weeks, we were just laying low. We were battling injuries. It was an extended spring training. Just like last year, really. Last year was what, June 16th when we turned it around? This year was like June 23rd when they started coming out of their shell a little bit.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I mean, I've seen, but before then, I've seen their hitters like take too many strikes and swing at pitches outside the strike zone, and that's not how you produce runs.
Absolutely not.
That's more like striking out way too many times, like intentionally, like bowing out and not using your head at the dish.
No, and it's been a change, though. I think we'll both agree a change in the last couple of weeks with the players are getting deeper into pitch counts. They seem to have a better understanding of where their strike zone is.
Right.
That's what was missing the first 10 weeks of the season, was no one had an idea other than Miggy of what his strike zone was. Like, where should I be swinging? I don't know what was going on with the hitting coach. Is there anything like that? I think now that we've got Lloyd out of the organization, I always thought our hitting would really improve. It didn't the first 10 weeks of the year. But now with where things are, it's really going in the right direction. They're working pitchers significantly deeper in counts in the first and second inning. We're averaging 7 more pitches over the first 2 innings in the last 3 weeks than what they were the previous 6 weeks before that. So it's just a matter of waiting out their pitches, maybe seeing what's available. The classic see what a pitcher's got available to you is really what they're doing. Just kind of fundamentals 101 that you teach in Little League to kids. They're doing those basic things right now, and it's showing in the win column. This is not an untalented team. This is not a team of 2019 when we had 2 major leaguers on the roster and everybody else was going to be in the minor leagues next season. So we've got some real players on this team. They can put things together here. It'll be a nice run for the second half.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in that second half after the All-Star break.
Yep.
Still got a few more games to go, at least a few more games to go. Before then, after the White Sox, they go to Kauffman Stadium and take on the Royals for a 4-game series, starting with a doubleheader on Monday. Then they're back home. Then they're at Cleveland at Progressive Field against the Guardians Thursday through Sunday for yet another 4-game set before the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game. And then a week from Thursday, they're in Oakland for just one doubleheader, and that's it. And then they head back home for 2 series against the Twins for 2 games on Saturday and Sunday, 6:10, 1:40. And then the Padres, San Diego, come to town Monday through Wednesday, 25th through 27th. Then the Tigers are in Canada, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, facing the Blue Jays Thursday through Sunday, 28th through the 31st, and so on and so forth. The rest of the schedule's there.
So what we're talking about though is the next 3 weeks, the way things line up. When we're talking on the 30th, when I shoot you a text on the 30th and say, "Can you believe this?" I think that team at that point is going to be in second place in the AL Central because look at all the division games we have, but look at what we have coming up. We've got the doubleheader versus Oakland after the All-Star break. But before that, we have the Royals and we have the Guardians. The Royals are starting to fall apart. In 2 weeks, they'll be in sell mode. Benintendi is gone. He's gone. Um, he's so they're going to be in a situation where they're going to be selling. That's just another spot where we can continue to gain momentum. I say we as because obviously I'm a part of the team here, but that is where they're going to gain momentum. And we've got something coming up over the next 3 weeks where it's really a chance to jump from fourth into second. And maybe we can really make some noise in August and September and have a great closeout to the season.
Yeah, we can hopefully. It's going to take even more offense, including like, well, just more offense somehow from the Tigers.
You mean we can't win
ensure,
games 2-1 all the time?
No, not all the time.
Yeah,
because the less offense you provide, the less chances of you winning. I know the pitching is there. The defense they just keep making errors.
yep.
They keep not picking the ball cleanly. They keep bobbling it, and there's throwing too many throwing errors as well. Javier Baez has 10 throwing errors, by the way.
Yeah,
and he's hitting around 200.
Yeah, he's been a disappointment so far. I think he was really pressing the beginning of the year. No one's a worse fielder than Candelario, though. And I know the
Oh,
Detroit fans love Candelario. He's terrible.
he is terrible
He's just
and inept.
subpar. Yeah, he's subpar in the field. He's subpar with men on base.
Not good enough.
Yeah, it's just the basic stuff that you want out of him. He's a little bit below average on all of it, and it all adds up to be just very frustrating. Because you do see the flashes every now and then, and it'd be great to watch him put all that together, but it just has not happened. I don't think it's going to happen.
No, because this is like his fourth or fifth year in the majors, and he has not evolved much, if at all.
Yep, he's kind of the same player as when he came up. I was looking at a couple of things, and my friend said, "Torque's batting. He's the fifth best hitter on the team right now. You can't hate on the kid." And I was just talking about how disappointing he is. Do you know that the fifth best batter on the team, which Torque is batting 197?
Yeah,
So I mean, it's the fastest person with a limp, I guess. I don't know, but it's just
it is his rookie year. I'll give him more time, but
absolutely
he
he's going to
can
be
hit
fine.
better than that.
I have a
It's
thought
the
with
major
these guys.
leagues.
Yeah, with these guys though that always excel at every level they're at, he's eventually going to get it. He had a big hit against the White Sox the other night in the 2-1 win. That put the go-ahead run on. So that was a big deal for him. With the Tigers and with what they're doing, last night on Twitter, everyone started to lose their mind when they went down 2-0. Everyone was blowing up on Scooble online. I'm done. This is what I can't take on him. If we can't
Me
give
too.
our starter,
But when I watched him make an adjustment with at least one of his pitches after that Luis Robert 2-run jack in the first inning, I thought and Tarek Skubal continued to pitch lights out. I thought, whoa,
yep.
He must have made an adjustment.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone online was losing. This is what I can't stand about Scooble. Yada yada. He allowed 2 runs. If we can't give our starting pitcher more than a 2-run leeway, we're in a lot of trouble all season long. I think he's got top of the rotation stuff. He's gonna be our best starter this year. But moving forward, he's a number one guy for us for the next couple of years because when are we going to talk about the elephant in the room that's not even around or texting the organization back?
Yeah, and Alavia decided to take Javier Baez, because we go back to him, over Carlos Correa last offseason.
Yep. He didn't want to guarantee the extra couple of years with Correa. I get that, but similar players, and one has produced a lot more. I personally would have liked Correa. I would like another stab at that. Is there any
Hands
chance
down
we
over
can move one of
Baez.
them to third? Can we move one of them to third base and leave the other here? We've got the money. I see that those Little Caesars pizzas are going to be in all the NFL arena, or I'm sorry,
Or
stadiums this year. So,
NHL.
yeah, NHL and NFL. They're the official pizza. So they ought to be able to invest in some players on the
The
team here.
Illich
But
family, I tell you.
oh yeah, they're going to just continue to rob the city for all that it's worth. They're going to get as much as they can out of it before they leave.
Yeah, they are thieves, liars, and just shills, PR shills.
They are.
Chris Illich does not care about the Tigers
No,
like he used to care about, like he not not even like he cared about the Red Wings like Mike Illich did.
exactly. And then okay, so our big free agent signing.
At least he let Steve Eisenman run the Red Wings organization from the ground up. Ever since
They're moving
Ken
in
Holland
the right direction.
was actually fired.
And he should have been let go a couple years before that, and the rebuild should have started. But he's definitely doing it the right way. You know who's not is Al Avila. We're in the year 7 of the rebuild now with this Tigers organization. I still think we're a couple years away because of things like that. And then a free agent signing like Erod. So he's gone.
Eduardo Rodriguez.
Do we
And
want to
Erod
talk
is
about
not.
this?
Eduardo Rodriguez has not informed Al Avila or the rest of the organization about his personal matters or whatever the hell he's doing.
A quick thing. Do you know the reason that they've dubbed it a marital issue is because under the collective bargaining agreement, if a player is suspended from the team after August 1st, he can't come back and play for the team during that August 1st to September 30th time period, unless it's for a family medical leave issue or a suspension. So they're not going to suspend him for this. It's going to go under the family medical leave. So if he does decide that he wants to come back and play, because what I'm being told by my sources is it's kind of a Ben Simmons situation of I'm healthy enough to play, but I'm not in the right mindset to play. And
exactly.
So that's a different thing to deal with for a team, and it's really hard. It's a new territory that a lot of organizations are going to be moving into over the next few years, and trying to navigate that road on what is you can play and what is you can't play, and trying to determine what's right for each person. But that's something though that I'm being told it's like a Ben Simmons situation. It was he can play, he's ready to go, but he's not in the right mind, and that he has been in contact with the organization. It has not been directly with Al Avila, and it has not been in the last 12 days. So we're going on almost 2 weeks of radio silence now, and Al Avila did the typical Al thing where he just didn't answer anything yesterday and just gave these vague things out there. It's a bad look. They can't do anything with the player situation, I don't think, unless he's gone for 90 days, and then they can look into voiding the contract or something like that. But for now, it's just looks really weird. What's going on with the organization? What's going on there? And everything. I mean, it was on the front page of ESPN this morning. They haven't spoken to him in 3 weeks. So it's not a good look for the organization. Not a good look for Big Al.
Terrible look.
Yeah.
Not to mention Austin Meadows has been absent for as of late with the injuries, his injuries, and the COVID situation. He's hitting .250 with a .675 OPS, 0 home runs, 11 RBIs this season in 128 at bats. He has played. Let me dig this up right now. 36 games, just 36.
It's under 40 games. So yeah, he's been obviously him being injured. The vertigo stuff and everything like that, when people are battling stuff like that, you can never see it. It's like a back injury. You can never really see it. You just know that it's debilitating to them. But yeah, he has been a bust. And to see too what the flip side of that trade was and how well he's playing right now. MLB player of the week twice already this season. So we definitely have got the raw end of that trade to this point. Maybe Austin will bust out in the second half of the season and bat 350 or something. So put up video game numbers and make that trade look okay. Because right now, we ate that trade. We ate that trade, and I think we gave up a lot more to get him than what we got coming back to us on that trade. So,
Yep. So yeah, that it just explains how Alavila and Chris Illich are cheapskates of this organization. And
yeah.
Marion Illich is still alive. And what I've been hearing for in like a couple years ago, um, anytime Marion Illich passes away, there's a greater chance Chris Illich might sell at least the Tigers and maybe the Red Wings as well. Just like when
Oh yeah, yeah.
Martha Firestone Ford passes away, the rest of the Ford family might sell the Lions to the highest bidder.
One can only hope, right? I mean, certainly we don't. Kidding. We don't. I never want anyone to pass away
No,
or
me neither.
anything like that. But also, too, we're using
But
that
that's the
term
way it
"still
goes.
alive" real sparingly right now because they're over 90. How alive are they? But yeah, if Fredo Illich gets a hold of that team, that is, he's selling as soon as he can, right? Like he's under 6 months of those teams being in his control without him selling. I mean, that's gone immediately. So that'll be one benefit. The Ford family selling the Lions, what a dream. I'm sorry, I can't even think right now. I just want to cry. But yeah, that Illich is moving on. But that's why Al has the job, though. That was what I was talking about originally with Al. He has the job because he makes 1/10 of what the average general manager in Major League Baseball makes. He is, kind of like the guy who saved Christmas dinner at the company party 40 years ago. So now him and his kids have jobs for life. Al's just part of the inside network of the team and fabric of the organization. And it's like a career achievement that he got the job in the first place. And the fact that he stays on is the lowest paid GM in the business. And we certainly get the lowest paid GM in the business results from him. Thank goodness the scouting department didn't screw up a couple draft picks because I think left all up to Al to be in control of those things. The scouting department's completely out of Al's hands, though. That's all with player
Right.
development, which is out of not in his umbrella. So that's the only benefit that we have there. But man, Al's going to rock it till the wheels fall off, too. He'll never be a guy that steps down. They're going to have to push him out of that office.
Yeah. If the Tigers organization had a much better owner than the Illich family.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It would give them an opportunity to get out from under that.
Yeah. Just keep. Yeah, and Chris Illich signed had an announcement to make in the summer of 2019, 3 years ago, this month, that they signed Alavila to a multi-year contract extension, and they didn't even describe any of the details.
No, no,
They just wanted to
it's
piss us off.
and remember too, the week leading up to that, I had been told there's something coming that's going to make you just roll your eyes. And then I got the word 2 days before the press conference was announced that he just got extended. And there were a couple people locally that were on the air going, "Oh, they're going to announce that they're parting ways with him, that he's resigning at the end of the season." Blah 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 blah. It just cracked me up when they announced it because there were so many people upset, as well they should be, giving him an extension for no reason at all,
No, with
just
no
because the
detail.
scouting department. Yeah, and the reason that is no detail is because it would be embarrassing to the organization for others to know that they pay their general manager 1/10 of what other GMs make. I mean, he's not even making league minimum salary, and which is fine. It's still a great living. Don't get me wrong. He's making plenty of money, but just comparatively speaking, he's doing his job for pennies on the dollar, and he's definitely giving that worthy of a performance too. It's a penny on the dollar performance.
Yeah, yeah, for pretty much absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, the Tigers still are not in contention mode with the signings they've done, the players they've acquired.
yeah.
Austin Meadows, Javier Baez. I know he's a two-time world champion, once with the Cubs and the other with the Braves, but still, that he's not real. Hasn't been good
No, he hasn't
hitting
produced for
or
him.
or fielding.
Nobody's produced for him yet this year. Well, let's talk about the rookies then. How do you feel about Torque? I think he's going to end up being okay, but I'm
It
putting
is his
that
rookie year, like
batting
I
average
mentioned.
220 this year. I think that's
220.
if he ends up at 220 this year, I think that you take
Mm.
that as a win. He's batting 197, almost the All-Star break right now. If he can get his average up to over 220, that'll be a nice second half for him.
One can only hope. I just see what I just believe what I see.
Yeah.
Right on the right in the stats on the MLB.com at Bat mobile app. And I also look up Baseball Reference too.
Yeah. Right now, he's not trending the way that we want him to trend as a rookie.
No.
I really thought that he would come. I thought we'd see a lot more power from him. I thought the power numbers would be a lot better. Nobody on this team has much power. Miggy's a 300-pound
300
slap
average.
Hitter. Yeah, and he's
exactly
been phenomenal, but he's basically a right-handed Ichiro right now. I mean, it's just slap hits and stuff. So he's not driving the ball for power. Nobody's
He's
really
old.
driving the ball for power. Yeah. Without the no steroid testing this year, I really thought someone could have got him on a supplement run or something like that, and he could have been batting 350, looking like Barry Bonds in 03. But nobody did that for him. But he's
better safe than sorry. But
yeah,
really.
right. But exactly, I'd ruin his legacy at this point. I mean, he tried a couple times, but it's just a situation where there's just no power. The things that I've liked the last couple of weeks, so you and I talked about it a little bit before the podcast, but the speed on the base paths, they're being much more aggressive early in the counts on the base paths. And I think that's led to those longer pitch counts and everything like that, and those longer at bats.
And some have the speed, but others don't. Like Cabrera, Scope, Grossman. Robbie Grossman has been a disappointment as well, hitting around 200 in addition to Scope, Baez.
Absolutely.
Tucker Barnhart.
But at least with them being aggressive, there's the threat of what can they do on the base. And that's been the biggest one of the biggest things offensively is just the extra aggression on the base paths has really led to deeper pitch counts, working the counts against these pitchers, getting them a little bit earlier in the games and stuff like that, get them later with their arms and stuff. So it's been a big change for them the last few weeks. I'm excited to see where the rest of this month ends because we'll know August 1st if this team's going to if we're going to be watching exciting baseball in September or if it's going to be another year of wait till next year.
Right. I mean, either that or wait until the Illiches finally sell the team. Even better. Then we'll have a better shot or greater shot at winning a World Series ring.
Yeah. Well, it's a criminal thing that we didn't win one for the 9 years that this organization was right at the top in baseball. I cannot believe
when
that
Leland was around.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Came close twice, but still couldn't get it done.
Exactly.
2 World Series appearances, only 1 win out of it, but still no dice since 1984, the year I was born.
Yep. So, well, now that we're heartbroken again, I said I was the upbeat Tigers fan. I was giving us the eternal optimism.
I was too a decade ago.
See, I'm telling you, we can turn this around. It's only going to be, we're going to know in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks' time, we're going to know how the rest of the season's going to go.
Either 3 weeks or indefinite. One of the two.
Yeah. I could be way off on this. That's happened before too.
I'll see what happens. I'll believe what I see. Like I said before.
Hey, this week's just the start of it.
Let the truth happen. It's out there.
They just needed to get over that 4th of July hump, and now everything's going to be great from here on out for the season. Now the weather's nice and hot everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. Everyone's loosened up. Pitching staff's going to stretch their hamstrings and everything. It's going to be fine. Maybe we can get Erod back in August.
Well, even I may hope, but still, he's another signing that's become a bust as well. Like Baez, like Meadows. Well, Baez has improved at least a little bit.
Yeah, he's had a good few weeks. Yep, he's turning it around a little bit. Has Al had a good signing yet?
Not
Think of
that I
that was the
can.
best signing, and I can't think of one. I can't think of wow, that was a great signing. Shope.
First year Scope was amazing at the plate,
Yeah.
but this year, not so much. I mean, as of late, he's improved a little bit, but too, just like Baez. But still, those batting averages just need to get higher with more fundamental hitting. Of course, you're not going to be perfect, but we expect our hitters to be better. Well, or we want our hitters to be better at least.
I think it's reasonable to expect a 225 batting average out of your team. And we're
At
still
best.
well under that right now. So it's been a tough year at the plate for him. And it was tough.
Another one. Yep.
Yeah,
Not the
that's for
first.
sure. No, it sure isn't. And then with the injuries they had, most snake-bitten team in the season the first couple months. Now maybe we're going to get some good breaks and stuff like that. They've got baseball karma coming their way.
Well, you can't count on breaks. Of course, you can get them breaks and karma, but you can't count on them. You got to take it and grab it. You got to take it and grab it.
Grabbing anything.
No, they're not grabbing much.
No,
you got to grab life. You got to grab the bull by the horns. That's how you do it.
God, damn right.
That's what great elite teams do to win a championship.
Oh yeah, this is not a championship team. I think they're 3 years away.
No. Yeah, still 3 years. Yep.
Yeah. We might be 3 years away from being 3 years away.
Or maybe 3 years away from the Ilitches selling them.
One can only hope. Let's get if the Ilitches can sell, let's get the Fords to sell too. If they could all do it as one package inside.
Even Tom Gores has not much of a direction except his general manager Troy Weaver drafted Cade Cunningham, Jay Nivey, and Jalen Duran. They seem like awesome draft picks. Period. Cade Cunningham, I think he's a lock for Rookie of the Year, NBA Rookie of the Year. At the NBA awards already been.
He did not get Rookie of the Year this year, but he was all rookie team. I thought he was. Right. I thought he should have been the Rookie of the Year. I think with Ivy coming in,
that's not a big deal.
No, it's going to be an exciting backcourt for the next 5-10 years. Ivy wanted to be in Detroit.
He's going to continue to be phenomenal, Cade Cunningham.
Yep, Cade's going to just continue to grow, and I think Duran coming in. He's the most athletic center in the draft this year. So Weaver's done a great job. Gores has been smart enough to hire good people and let them do their job. I think we haven't obviously had that with the Ilitches as of late with the Tigers organization, and we certainly haven't had that with the Fords. It always seems to get excited. I always get real excited when the new regime comes in, but it's just it hasn't led to anything. Maybe this is finally the regime that'll do it, but it's really hard to see that with the Fords in charge.
Yeah, at least I'll give Gores and Weaver the benefit of the doubt as of late.
Yep, absolutely. The track record's there.
Yeah, still might take years of progress as well, but that's about it. College football still too early to tell. We'll get to that later on. So that's all we're going to talk about for now. Matthew, welcome aboard. Great to talk with you tonight about the Tigers.
You too. I'll talk to you later on. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Yep. And follow the Michigan Sports Truth podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Michigan_Truth, and like it on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Special business shout-outs go to Cali Tickets. Call Mark Goldman at 877-225-8425 or visit CaliTickets.com. Northern Star Event Rentals in Cadillac. Get a hold of Heather Krzyzewski at 231-884-8195 or like their Facebook page, providing bounce houses, water slides, obstacle courses, large tents, and small tents, taking bookings for the summer, and creative embroidery of Cadillac, creating my Michigan Sports Truth logo on my t-shirt and my long sleeve shirt. Ta-ta for now. Power to the people. Hit them with a hind.